Oh, good afternoon, everyone. It's Robert T. Green here, the CEO of Pre-Post Game, also known as a players repair to educate and empower and protect the athlete and the family's best interests alone. Today is August the 15th, around noon, actually 12:15. Just doing a quick live regarding some things that's going on in the world of sports. If you guys checked out my last post regarding the actual thought process and development or positive reinforcement pertaining to athletes and how the world of business and sport goes today, and understand that the level of money and power and direction, it all falls back onto the actual athletes and the families' will. And with your will comes knowledge. What you don't understand allows people to continue to take advantage of your mind, your body, your heart, and your desires based off where you come from. And again, it don't get any more dangerous than that simply because it starts at the earliest level. And when I talk about the phrase sports trafficking, how you doing, Tanya? Hope all is well. People that know me for a long, long time, I've always been an advocate of people who cannot necessarily protect themselves. And for those who don't know me, when I talk about things such as abuse, emotional, physical, social, I've been through it personally. I've been through it in the sports business. I've been through it in my own career, so I can speak very vividly and as a matter of fact, and no means if I work or what I speak on that I'm looking for a helmet sticker at this point in my life, nor did I look for a helmet sticker when I was playing. Basically what I say is I mean what I say and I say what I mean. And for many of these athletes and families who don't have their voices being heard and their wills and wishes being met, that in particular, for example, in Maryland with a young man, Jordan McNair, loses his life. They fire a strength coach for watching a guy such as Joey Galloway, who, if you know any better, you would think he was raised by the NCAA as he marginalized his young man's death and said that we don't know who was actually responsible. There's no head coach that actually takes and puts a kid in the ice water or whatever treatment he may have needed. But the fact of the matter is these people come into your houses and tell you that they love your kid, they're going to be there for him, and they have the audacity to try to sidestep the fact that this young man is dead. The fact of the matter is the strength coach that was hired by University of Maryland and by DJ Durkin, regardless of the fact he is responsible for them. Just like any other athlete that makes a transgression, a mistake, the NCAA comes down on that kid with sanctions and takes his scholarship and send him back where he came from and go with the next man up before they can finish the sentence. But at this point, again, a young man is dead. And because of the money that these young men continue to bring to the universities, to these coaches, they continue to stand by and make excuses. Now, I sat back for the last 3 days on purpose to not say anything, to watch how many coaches and how many leagues, how many agencies will come out and say, regardless of the fact that these young men and these families are our actual bloodline, they're our product. They're the reason why we are able to make hundreds of millions and billions of dollars based off their efforts and commitment to this game and other games that without them, we don't have anything but our hands to play with. But yet none of that happened. But yet there's coaches right now in other kids' living rooms and parents' living rooms that sidestepping these questions. And again, I can say to the parents, again, believe what you see, not what you hear, and not what you don't know and not what you understand. In this business, 4 things are going to happen. You either care, you don't want to know, or you don't understand. And if you aren't willing to be the person to care about your best interests, and when they tell you this is about higher education, but yet they are spending hundreds of millions of dollars for things such as nap rooms, slides, video games, and in essence, for particular African-American athletes in the real world, if you wasn't playing a sport, how would the real world basically welcome you into it when you accustomed to slides and video games and wiffle ball rooms? It wouldn't be really good. So at the end of the day, we're talking about these schools and universities, that these coaches that you're turning your kids over to, how can you expect the young man to develop with character and go and be in the right path when the people that's actually around them don't have the right mentality? There was a word, and again, the guy that was strength coach that was there that got fired when a young man fell, was heard saying, you drag his ass off the field. Once again, that's somebody else's son. That's somebody else's brother. That's somebody else's loved one. So who are you to basically to devalue this person's life the way it is? And once again, parents, if you think this is an isolated incident, I'm here to tell you it is not. If athletes, if you think this is something that cannot happen to you, I'm here to tell you that it can. The reality is, again, your well-being, your quality of life is in your hands, not theirs. When you take the mentality of, again, when you were a second grader and someone gave you an actual sticker for saying that you got an A on your paper, good work. as a second grader or a kindergarten, you didn't know if you did good or not. All you was looking for the positive reinforcement from that actual adult that you trusted, who in essence, again, is getting a check for your cooperation and your participation. So for your cooperation participation, you get the sticker, I get the check. I get to take care of my family. I get to continue to come back to school the next day and do what you ask of me, whether it's right or wrong and different. I'm not going to go off on a tangent, but once again, for those of you guys that haven't heard the news, where there's over 1,000 people that were basically molested by priests. And again, authorities of power, authorities of people that literally you trust at the earliest age to guide you and correct you and teach you to do things the right way. But at the earliest age, if you're being taught the wrong way about how to value yourself and how to actually prepare to be someone that you want to be, then it does not really matter starting at the earliest age. So once again, if my goal is the earliest age to become a successful professional athlete, collegiate athlete, I cannot be that if at the same time when I become 18, 19, 20, that I'm operating the same way I did as in the first grade. Looking for now that sticker that was once on my school paper to now for them to put that on my helmet. So if my arm or my leg is falling off, or for example, one case with a young man in Florida who had a staph infection and the strength coach told him to put the 45-pound weight over his head, not recognizing that this man is dying literally. If we as people, if we as athletes can't recognize our own best interest and need someone to put a helmet sticker on our helmet to justify our means and what our life is, we are in a sad state of affairs. And again, if you're expecting the universities, the powers that be, just like University of Maryland that came out yesterday, after 2 weeks to come out and say what they said, the fact of the matter is they're going to shoot, the family's going to sue the bricks off Maryland. And I'm going to say it on record, DJ Durkin will not be coaching again. He did not deserve to coach anyone again, or any other coach for that matter. Again, at one point, maybe I'll go into my own transgressions to help you guys understand what it means to be mentally and emotionally, and in this case, physically abused by those that you trust. So again, it doesn't matter the actual entity that you talk about, whether it's the coaching level, whether it's the church level, whether it's the police force, it does not matter. Quality of life is quality of life, meaning for that actual person, and no one, regardless of what paperwork they sign and it's covered by the NCAA, it has the right to basically devalue that person. Because once again, if you feel like a kid is cheating on his workouts, here's your option. Take his scholarship and send him back where he came from. It's that simple. You don't got to demean him and call him out his name. You don't got to put him in pink jerseys and shirts and make him stand over there and look like, again, like he did something wrong because he's hurt. See, I know all about all these things, and people that play with me know exactly what I'm talking about. But again, because they're still looking to basically be able to go to games and hang out with their friends. And what I tell athletes all the time is that as much as we scream the university name that we went to, the reality is it's never been about the university. It's been about the actual relationships that we fostered amongst ourselves together, because we all struggle with this. We all went through the depression. We all been beaten down and emotionally hit upside the head by someone that we trusted, only to find out, again, that helmet sticker we're looking for, that we sacrifice our bodies and minds for, that was, for them, that was a check. And when we no longer playing, they don't basically see us the same way anymore. And that's cool. That's why I say sports is not a game. Sports is all business. My name is Robert T. Green. I'm the CEO of Pre-Post Game, also known as a Players Rep, here to educate and empower, protect the athletes' best interests alone. Parents and athletes, you can't be successful in this business with a first grade mentality. I'm here to educate, empower, protect. Take care of your loved ones, take care of your sons, take care of your daughters. Don't sign anything unless you had a review for a lawyer or someone is advocating for your best interests alone. Don't believe what you hear, believe what you see and understand. Like I said, they're going to tell you what you need to know, not what you need to know, but what you want to hear. You got to get away from that. God bless you guys. Have a great day.